Welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into something truly fascinating, the idea of past lives and reincarnation. It's a topic that has captivated humanity for centuries, sparking endless debates and intriguing possibilities. Have you ever felt a deep connection to a certain time period, a pull towards a specific culture, or an unexplainable familiarity with people you've just met? These feelings, my friends, could be whispers from your past lives, echoes of experiences that have shaped the very essence of who you are today. And if you've ever wondered if this might be your last time around, your final journey in this magnificent cycle of life, death, and rebirth, well, we're going to explore that too. We're going to delve into 8 profound traits that might just indicate you're living your final life cycle. Are you ready to discover the signs? Let's begin. Our first sign is a powerful one: deep empathy. Now we all feel empathy to some degree. It's that human capacity to understand and share the feelings of others, but those on their final life cycle, they experience empathy on a whole other level. It's like they have access to a wellspring of emotions, not just for their loved ones but for strangers, for animals, even for the planet itself. The joys of the world fill them with an almost childlike wonder, and the sorrows, well, they feel those deeply too, carrying the weight of the world's pain on their shoulders. You see, those nearing the end of their soul's journey, they've learned to let go of the ego's defenses. They've shed the layers of self-protection that keep so many of us guarded and distant, and in that vulnerability, in that openness to the full spectrum of human experience, their empathy flourishes. Think about the people you know who just have this aura of compassion, the ones who seem to radiate understanding and kindness. They listen without judgment, offer comfort without hesitation, and genuinely feel the pain of others as if it were their own. They might be deeply affected by news stories, feel a strong connection to animals, or even absorb the energy of a room the moment they step inside. Their sensitivity is heightened, their emotions raw and real. This deep well of empathy, it's not always easy to carry. It can be emotionally draining, even overwhelming at times. But it's also a testament to the beauty of their spirit, a sign that their soul has evolved to a place of profound understanding and connection. Now let's talk about intuition, that gut feeling, that inner voice that speaks to us in whispers and sometimes shouts. We all have intuition, but for those in their final life cycle, it's like having a direct line to their higher self, to the universe, to a wisdom that goes beyond logic and reason. They just seem to know things, often without any logical explanation. They sense when something is right or wrong, when to trust their gut, when to take a leap of faith. It's like they have an internal compass that always points them in the right direction. Have you ever met someone who just seems to make decisions effortlessly? They don't second-guess themselves, they don't get caught up in endless analysis. They trust that inner voice, that deep knowing that guides their steps. They might have a knack for predicting events, knowing who's calling before they even look at their phone, or sensing when a loved one needs them, even from miles away. And it's not just about predicting the future, it's about navigating life with a sense of certainty, a trust in the unseen forces that are always guiding them. This strong intuition, it's a gift, a sign that they've lived many lives, accumulated wisdom from countless experiences, and now, they're able to tap into that reservoir of knowledge whenever they need it. They're no longer bound by the limitations of logic, but instead, they're guided by a deeper, more profound knowing. Here's the thing about souls nearing the end of their journey. They've often shed the need for superficial pursuits. They're not driven by ego, by the need to prove themselves or accumulate material possessions. They've been there, done that, and realized that true fulfillment comes from a life of purpose. They have this deep-seated knowing that they are here to make a difference, to leave the world a little brighter than they found it. They're often drawn to service, to helping others, to using their unique gifts to heal, to inspire, to create positive change. This sense of purpose, it's not something they have to search for, it's woven into the very fabric of their being. It's in their DNA, guiding their choices, their passions, their interactions with the world. They might be teachers, healers, artists, activists, or simply beacons of light in their own families and communities. But no matter their path, they approach life with a sense of intention, a knowing that their actions have meaning and ripple effects far beyond what they can see. This isn't to say their lives are always easy or free from challenges. But even in the face of adversity, they find meaning, they see the bigger picture, and they remain committed to their soul's mission. They understand that life is a gift, and they're determined to use their time wisely to make a lasting impact that extends far beyond their own individual existence. Chapter 4. Detachment from materialism, finding freedom in simplicity. You know, we live in a world that's constantly urging us to want more, to buy more, to define ourselves by what we own. But those nearing their final life cycle, they've often transcended that need for material validation. They've learned that true happiness doesn't come from possessions, but from experiences, from connections, from the richness of a life well lived. They might enjoy the finer things in life, but they're not attached to them. They find joy in simplicity, in the beauty of nature, in meaningful conversations, in the company of loved ones. They're content with what they have, and they're not driven by the need to keep up with the Joneses. They might choose experiences over material possessions, donate generously to causes they believe in, or find joy in downsizing and simplifying their lives. They understand that material things are fleeting, but the memories we create, the love we share, the impact we have on others, those are the things that truly matter. This detachment from materialism, it's not about deprivation, but about liberation. It's about freeing themselves from the weight of possessions, from the constant need for more, and instead focusing on what truly nourishes their soul. Chapter 5. Inner Peace, finding stillness in the midst of chaos. Life, as we all know, can be a wild ride. It throws curveballs, presents challenges, and often tests our resilience. But those nearing their final life cycle, they seem to possess an almost unshakable inner peace. It's not that they don't experience difficulties or feel the weight of the world's sorrows. It's that they've learned to navigate those challenges with a sense of grace, a deep-rooted calmness that allows them to weather any storm. They've mastered the art of letting go, of accepting what is, and finding stillness in the midst of chaos. They don't get caught up in drama, they don't dwell on negativity, and they don't allow external circumstances to dictate their inner state of being. You might notice that they rarely complain, they approach challenges with a sense of acceptance, and they have an uncanny ability to remain calm in stressful situations. They've learned that true peace comes from within, and they've cultivated a deep well of serenity that radiates outward. This inner peace, it's a sign of their spiritual maturity, a testament to the countless lessons they've learned throughout their many lifetimes. They've transcended the need to control everything, and instead, they embrace the ebb and flow of life with an open heart and a quiet mind. Chapter 6. Wisdom Beyond Years. The knowing that comes from experience. Have you ever met someone who seems wise beyond their years? They possess a depth of understanding, a clarity of perspective, and an ability to offer guidance that belies their age. This, my friends, is another sign of a soul nearing the end of its journey. They carry within them the wisdom accumulated from countless experiences, from lifetimes of learning and growth. They've seen the patterns of human behavior, they understand the cyclical nature of life, and they've gained insights from both their triumphs and their mistakes. They're often sought out for advice, not because they have all the answers, but because they know how to listen, to offer perspective, and to guide others towards their own inner wisdom. Their wisdom isn't found in textbooks or lectures, but in the depth of their gaze, in the quiet power of their words, in the way they navigate the complexities of life with grace and understanding. They've learned from the school of life, and their wisdom is a testament to the richness of their journey. Chapter 7. Compassion for all, seeing the divine in every living thing. Now, compassion, true compassion, it extends beyond our immediate circle. It reaches out to embrace all beings regardless of species, background, or beliefs. And for those nearing their final life cycle, compassion becomes a way of life. They see the interconnectedness of all things, the spark of divinity in every living creature. They treat animals with kindness, advocate for the planet, and stand up for those who are marginalized and oppressed. Their compassion isn't selective, it's all-encompassing. They understand that we are all part of one human family, sharing this journey on this beautiful planet. They've let go of judgment, replaced it with understanding, and chosen to see the good in everyone, even when it's hidden beneath layers of pain or anger. This boundless compassion, it's a sign of their evolved soul, a testament to the love that resides within them. They've learned that true happiness comes from connection, from giving, from extending a hand of kindness to all beings, without exception. Chapter 8. Acceptance of Death. Embracing the natural cycle of life. Now, this final sign, it might seem a bit paradoxical, but those nearing their final life cycle often have a healthy acceptance of death. It's not that they're eager to leave this life, but they've come to understand that death is not the end, but a transition, a doorway to a new beginning. They've made peace with their own mortality, and they're able to approach the topic of death with a sense of curiosity, even peace. They might talk about it openly, plan their own funerals, or simply live each day to the fullest, knowing that their time on this earth is precious. This acceptance, it's not about giving up on life, but about embracing it fully, right up until the very end. They've learned to appreciate the beauty of each moment, the preciousness of every breath, and they're not afraid to face the unknown, knowing that death is simply another chapter in the grand adventure of the soul. Outro: Living your truth, embracing the journey of your soul. So, do you have any of these traits? If you do, you might just be in your last life cycle. But remember, this isn't about putting labels on ourselves or trying to predict the future. It's about recognizing the signs of spiritual growth, of soul evolution, and embracing the journey, wherever it may lead. Whether this is your last life or one of many, the most important thing is to live it with intention, with purpose, and with an open heart. Embrace your empathy, trust your intuition, find your purpose, and live a life that reflects the beautiful, wise, and compassionate soul that you truly are. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content. See you next time. Like and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos.